Hello and welcome back to the Talking Head Podcast. We're back for a second season, and we're in a studio where we're being filmed. It's a bit weird. It feels a bit formal. It's weird, isn't it?
I've never done this before.
No, neither.
I've actually done one podcast in my life, but I was hosting it, and it was called Shrek Studios. I was 15, by the way. Shrek Studios.
Which is a review show about
No,
Shrek
it was
theories?
nothing to do with Shrek.
Oh.
We called it that because I was 15.
15.
And I was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is funny.
Yeah.
I hope no one finds it.
How many
basically.
episodes did it have? One or?
One before the radio station banned us.
Oh, you actually had a deal with like a.
No,
radio
it
station?
wasn't a deal. So
Oh.
it was part of a youth club, and we got to go to the radio station once a week to do stuff. But once we were like, let's just film a podcast and not tell them.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we didn't delete it off their system, so they heard it, and it was quite rude at the time. And
Oh,
then
God.
they were like, you're not using this place again. So yeah.
I bet they just thought, oh, these 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, what are they doing?
Yeah.
There
There you go. Every time.
Yeah, no, I just want to observe the fact we're back in video format, which is weird. We've previously just been on audio,
Okay.
done it over Zoom, with obviously with the virus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I always sort of teased it, and now we're back, and sort of it feels a bit weird.
Inglorious 4K.
Are we filming in 4K?
Are we- Can we upgrade guys?
You were 4K, Taylor's not 4K.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
at least
there you go.
HD, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're in
I'm the
HD.
focus of this.
Right. Okay, not SD. We're too good for SD. HD. Cool. Yeah, no, it feels a bit strange, but hopefully we'll ooze into it. Usually it works.
I'm just going to point that
Usually.
out. If I'm shaking...
I'm shaking. I'm
I
shaking.
keep looking at the camera.
Um,
I'm used to filming YouTube videos. I'm like, hi, what's up, guys? Anyway.
so maybe we should introduce you.
Oh, yeah, we should.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself? Say to the
Who
camera.
am I, guys? I'm Stefan Gutierrez Yildirim. I'm the president, I guess. Wow, that feels weird.
President. All right.
Of UCA.
Not America.
Not America.
No. Didn't get in, did you? Biden
no,
just edged it.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but next time.
2024.
It feels weird being calling myself president first of all, because it feels like I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be in this role. Like, it feels way too important for me.
Yeah.
Like, I ran a meme society in first year, and now I have this influence in the university where leaders of the university earn millions of pounds just talk to me as if I'm their equal.
Yeah.
And I'm just it's just really weird. They're like, what's your opinion on this? I'm like, fuck.
So correct me if I'm wrong. So you've done a 3-year.
Wait, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, don't worry about it. You had a 3-year film course.
Yes.
Similar to what I'm doing, and then you went and became literally the year afterwards.
Yeah.
You went and became the president.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So that comes about. So there's an election in March time.
Right.
And any third years are able to sign up. Basically, they have to write this manifesto of points that they want to achieve in the next year, and there's this voting thing, which is all fun. And I think altogether 870 people voted last year. But I can run up to 2 years. So if you guys, I don't know if I'm allowed to promote myself already.
Yeah, of course you can.
But if you want to vote for me again, come March, I'm probably going to run again, because I feel like this year's been a bit sad.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a good year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with 2021, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get back to normality.
Yeah. Something about a vaccine.
We've got to be optimistic.
And our sponsor is the Pfizer vaccine.
Not gonna say that. No, I wish our sponsor was Boys Get Sad Too, which I've appropriately wore on today, because I thought,
That's true.
we'd be talking about fighting the stigma, about men's mental health and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's a good segue into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but if they do want to, will not sponsor us because we are a charity podcast. But if you want to send me some free stuff, you know where to sort of come. So yeah. And you have a fundraiser, all right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Do you want to describe that?
Yeah,
because
no,
that links us into today's topic.
Yeah, I do have a fundraiser. So basically, this month, with lockdown and everything, people are particularly sad. People going through loneliness. People who already have mental illnesses such as depression are obviously struggling, or being hit even harder. And there's also been a stigma around men. I'm trying to think how to phrase this.
I mean, I can read your fundraiser details if you want, the one you wrote
You know
about
what?
on the thing.
Go for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got it up for you. So with lockdown coming back into full force, many people's mental health will take a great hit, which is already under strain from the seasonal depression as the days get shorter and colder. London Met recently stated that in the London area alone, there are 37 reported suicide attempts per day on average. Compared to the 17 per day on average 5 years ago, this is deeply saddening. This is a deeply saddening statement. Now more than ever, we need to realise the importance of mental health and how it should be treated with the same importance as physical health. I wanted to raise money towards Movember and Mind, which focuses on opening up the conversation on men's mental health, which is so important considering men take up 75% of suicides in the UK due to the stigma that they aren't able to speak up about the way they are feeling, and how their feelings need to change. Finally, I just wanted to take care of yourself, your friends and family this lockdown. Check up on those who need it and spread love where you can. Thank you.
Yes.
There you go. I kind of butchered it up at some points,
That's
but
fine.
I think we got the main point across. Are you doing November?
I currently am. This is why I've got the.
It
feels.
I mean,
so
I'm
good.
trying.
Are you actually?
You can't tell.
Is that 27 days now?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just fluff.
No, I mean, I'm happy for you because this is deeply uncomfortable. Like I usually
Really?
shave every 2 to 3 days, so I've never had this much hair, and it hurts like it's spiky.
So you're not going to keep it?
I'm not gonna keep it as soon as the month's over.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to do so. I mean, I can't go around like this. This looks dodgy. You know, I'm not allowed anywhere near a school. I'm not. So let's just talk about a highlight of your week. This is like a little segment that I've done for a while, just to sort of keep things upbeat. What's been the highlight of your week this week?
Highlight of my week.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast. No,
Oh,
can I
I'm
not?
not allowing it.
Really,
I'm not allowing that as an answer.
Please, like, no, genuinely, I feel like I've not had much like human interaction in a while.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've just been seeing people through Zoom, and just it's been constant like meetings and stress, and I feel like I've kind of been stuck, and there's nothing that changes. Like week by week, there's nothing different that's happening.
Yeah.
So this is like this one moment.
Yeah.
This week that I get to do something different and just kind of freely talk.
You explained
Spill my
yourself.
mind.
I'll allow that then. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what? I'm probably going to say the same then.
Oh.
You know, because it's weird because obviously the first podcast where I'm doing it in person. Really, I've done my other ones in person, but like it's not been as official as this one. You know, recording and all that stuff. But yeah, it's been weird with lockdown, not having any sort of social contact. It's very strange. Very weird.
Yes, but I mean, how are you doing with your like film course and everything?
You know, I'm all right to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't compare it to anything because I've not experienced uni life where it's been quote unquote normal.
I feel bad for you.
Really?
I feel really bad for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like, you're first years, aren't you?
Mm.
Yeah. So I mean, usually we have the Glass House, which is like. We have like 4 or 5 club nights every week, and they're so sick. Like everyone goes, and it feels like more of a community. Like everyone kind of knows each other.
Yeah.
And it's missing that kind of like.
We're not
zest,
getting that.
That spice to UCA.
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, I mean, I've heard all these great things. I've heard the times you've got Dick and Dom,
Dick and Dom last
which
year.
is mental.
It was
I'm so sad
fun.
I wasn't there like for that instance.
We have this party called Damn Awful Parties, plug. So it's basically, it's like played out to be like the worst night, but it's like one of the favourite nights of like the month.
Yeah.
So you literally get paid 10p to come in, and it's always like really dumb themes. Like it could be like Karen's 50th birthday, or like a talent show where everyone like goes up on stage and does really, really bad talents.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, so once I did like a croc fitting competition, where like if you come up stage and if your shoe fits the croc, you win the croc.
Wow.
But how I did it was like if it definitely didn't fit you, you won the croc. And it's mad. Like you could literally scream to the crowd like who wants to win some crocs? And you have 500 people screaming back at you. And it's such a weird vibe.
Yeah.
I also like there's also a mascot, which is me dressed up as a bear handing out beans.
I've seen, yeah.
So it's a weird night. And for Dick and Dom, which was like the big hurrah of the year.
Yeah.
They came in and we had like a custard and gravy area where you get sprayed with custard and gravy. Don't know how that passed
That's
any
very
risk
Dick
assessments.
and Dom-esque though.
That wasn't even them who organised it.
Oh really?
That was us.
I suppose it would be a bit weird if it turned up with all this custard
Yeah.
and gravy and we're like, can we?
Yeah. No, but they were incredible. The night was great, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, hopefully
miss
we
it.
can have something like that similar soon.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I think maybe we should move on to today's topic. Shall we dare? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get stuck in
So today's topic is it's sort of vague, but I wanted to do it anyway. After recent events, which I'm not really going to address on the podcast, I think I've already said enough. Definitely want to talk about men's mental health and sort of everything that surrounds it. It's a very big topic, but I like talking about big topics because then we can get more conversation flowing. If you just go really specific, it's quite difficult. So we're just going to call this podcast "Fighting the Stigma." I do want to start off with one thing, which sort of might lead us into one of your own experiences. But this, I don't think it was this week, maybe last week, it was on the cover of Vogue, and it was Harry Styles.
It was Harry Styles.
Now, I actually wrote something down in my notes last night. I was like, I've got a really great thing, I can like a little speech. For some reason, I woke up this morning, it's not there. So, this isn't my week. My MacBook's broke. I spent £160 this morning on 2 items which just haven't gone through. So, all good. But anyway, I haven't got the speech, but what I'm going to do is improv it. Very, very short, and just say, I've seen a lot of people call the Harry Styles thing a stunt. Which it isn't. It shouldn't be viewed as a stunt. I know a lot of people can sort of see it as that because it's sending out a really powerful message, and people would sort of assume that's a stunt. But the idea that it has to be viewed as a stunt is a bit problematic to me. Do you know what I mean? Like that should just be viewed as normal. And I know it won't be because a lot of people are programmed to sort of think that it's abnormal. But it's funny how that's come out and we've sort of viewed and been like, people still don't acknowledge it as normally as it should.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Even looking at like comments and stuff, like there's people who are literally, is it Ben Shapiro who kind of made like a statement being like, oh, it's not manly to wear dresses and stuff. Yeah. And you look at him, he's like I don't know, he's just look at him. But there's also this is a weird one to reference. Yeah. Did you watch the Logan Paul podcast about
Impulsive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Logan Paul was quite passionate about it, right?
Logan. So I know not the great guy, not the best figure to talk about.
Yeah, if you want to stream any podcast, it's this one, not
It's Impulsive. This one, not Logan. Yeah.
We are the #1 podcast in the world, not them. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Opinion-wise, yes.
Yeah. Opinion-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Legally, we can't state that.
Don't sue us, Logan Paul. Yeah, but 2-minute segment from his podcast got blown up on Twitter because it was like he was literally being gaslit, who knows, by his fellow peers who were saying I don't agree with Harry Styles wearing a dress. It's just not manly. And then he was just saying, what do you mean it's not manly? He's wearing a dress. Like, what's wrong with wearing a dress? I would wear a dress in a heartbeat. And they were suddenly being like, oh, so why are you shouting? Why are you... They'll properly gaslight. He was like, I'm not shouting. He was like, listen, you're not trying to give me an opinion. I'm saying that it's not manly. And it's like, and he was just saying, but your opinion is fundamentally wrong. Like, it's not okay. Yeah. But it was really weird to see him pushed into this corner, trying to defend something good. Yeah. And it just goes to show so many men have this opinion, and it's I don't know, it's a weird stereotype that I don't know.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's weird to sort of talk about because it's quite difficult to talk about it because you've got to be quite careful with what you say. But I don't know, it did bother me seeing so many people that were so bothered about it. And I know I don't want to stray too much off topic, but so many people get angry at the Sainsbury's advert. I mean, that is mental.
What?
Do you know how mental that is?
If people be like,
I don't want to go into
shop at
details of it,
Sainsbury's.
but like, yeah, it's just like, it's crazy. It is crazy, and it baffles me, and it just says that, you know, we need to educate people a lot more on these, you know, topics, which clearly a lot of people still have problems with. It's mental.
I mean, it's weird to think how many people in the world are, you know, racist or homophobic or, like, I don't know, just they're not morally correct. Like, if you look at America and look at how many people voted for Donald Trump, it's like nearly half the population.
Yeah.
That, like, if you look at things that Donald Trump has done, like, you know, he's done paedophilic things, he's done, like, you know, accusations of assault, racism, like, it's mad, like fraud even. And people out there being like, no, this guy, like, we adore him. It's just like,
It's mental, isn't it?
yeah.
It's
crazy to think that there's that many people that, yeah, just don't agree with them.
No, it is mental. I mean, I do want to sort of, we're talking about the dress thing. You've been in a dress, right?
I have
Yeah.
a few times.
So, do you feel comfortable talking about this? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Sure.
So, I did a bit of, well, as I say, research, more mainly stalking. That's what I do to all my guests, you know, sort of, it's a little bit of research. But I think I saw it on, you put a post on Instagram, your video where you dressed up as a woman for a night got like 100,000 views.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah, I don't know how much I should talk about that.
No.
No, I can talk about it.
Yeah.
That one was like, I don't know, at the time, obviously, like, this was like 2.5 years ago or something. Like,
Yeah.
I might have been in my first year of uni.
Yeah.
I don't know, if at the time I didn't know if it was like something that I wanted to do for attention, or if it was like something that just generally felt good. But I think at first it started with, like, you know, at first it started with like, I just want to experience this. I just want to know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then after wearing it and going out on a night and like seeing, I don't know, like not feeling weird about going out like that.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was super supportive, super nice about it. And also I got this appreciation of how much effort, like, people who wear dresses or people who wear makeup, like, how much effort they go through, like, every night to just feel good. And, you know, it does feel good. Like, you get this weird confidence out of it.
Yeah.
So I experienced that night, and I think it's something that everyone, you know, should try out. Like, why not? It's, if, you know, obviously some places may not be entirely safe to do it. Like, don't,
Yeah.
you know, but if you're in a uni club night, go for it.
Yeah, I think if you're in a safe environment and you've got supporting people around you, and I think you've got no problem.
Yeah.
But I really admire you for doing it, because it's like it seems like quite a brave thing to do, because I mean that's me speaking from. I mean, it seems quite calmer down here. I'm from the north.
Yeah.
I don't want to generalise the north, but I'm like, it's quite a. We've got a northerner over there as well, but it's quite a. There are parts in the north which are quite vicious, quite with these really strong mindsets. But I really admire you for doing it. It's really, really powerful. I don't want to go on it for too much, but obviously, you know.
I just want to put like a little disclaimer. Obviously, like, I'm not going through any certain like gender issues, and I know some people out there are, and it might be a lot harder for them to put on a dress or come out or whatever. So anything I say in this podcast is speaking just from my own experience.
Yeah,
I cannot speak for someone who's going through actual like issues, but you know, there are resources out there if you need like professional advice.
In fact, we'll do some linkage.
Some linkage
in the description.
Yeah.
You can get it on Spotify. Well, this will be on Spotify and YouTube as well now. I should mention all the other podcasts are now on YouTube as well, which is really good. So, you know, if you ever want to subscribe.
Don't forget to share.
You're the YouTuber, so you should.
Oh yeah, buy the merch, guys. Don't forget to, you know, like this video, send it to your friends. We're giving a giveaway. No, we're not. One of these cameras are going straight to you.
Oh God. So let's go talk about. I got a question here. What does being a man mean? And what does it mean to you? And this is quite a big question. But I just want to sort of see what comes first to mind for you.
I have an opinion on gender. I don't know if this might just be my opinion, but I don't know how. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like I feel like gender, in my opinion, like doesn't really exist or shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone is their own individual person, and someone who was born with male genitals, they can potentially act more like feminine, or I don't know, like it's same the other way around. It's like everyone acts differently, and I don't know. It's weird generalizing it. It's the same with sexuality. I think like calling yourself gay or straight or whatever. Like I don't feel like anyone is 100% anything.
Yeah.
And like trying to put yourself in a box is really hard, because like everyone's just got different experiences. I don't know, but on the other hand, I completely understand there's people out there that want to be put into boxes because they want to understand themselves a bit more, and they want to join like a community of people who feel kind of like them.
Mm-hmm.
But even in those boxes, I feel like some people might feel differently towards some things and other things, and I just feel like in the future, if we're in, it'll be nice to be in a world where we can just kind of not have to explain, not have to like put ourselves in a box, and just kind of be like, yeah, I like who I like, and I identify as myself, basically. This is me. I'm unapologetically who I want to be, and just live in a non-judgmental society. I don't know.
I think we're heading in that way. Yeah, I think we are heading in that way.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird saying like I don't believe in gender, because
it's
a big topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone is individuals, and that's all I got.
No, I definitely agree with you. So, with that perspective, do you see that sort of happen in your lifetime?
I don't think it's necessarily our generation that will do it, but I think give it a generation or two down the line, I definitely think you'll see, as the population get younger, not younger, but as the older population who have been brought up with certain stereotypes and like social norms, as those norms die away, we'll see more, I don't know how to explain it, more kind of, I don't know, concepts like gender and stuff being talked about more, and it we'll start to like understand ourselves a bit more, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining this right. It's like in my head I'm thinking something, but my mouth is like...
Yeah. It's sometimes, when you're put on the spot, it's sometimes quite difficult. I agree with you when you talk about sort of a genderless sort of society. I think that is the correct way to go forward. And I agree with sort of the fact that when you mentioned people do want to put themselves in a box, because it gives them an idea of security. So I think if everybody's outside of the box, then I think that'll be a bit easier. But at the moment, there's so many people that put themselves inside the box that they don't want to feel like an outsider.
Yeah.
We're using it quite metaphorically there, but sort of with that idea of it, that I think that's very relevant.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I actually answered your question for what it is to like be a man.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think there's a difference between like society and opinion. Obviously, society puts a lot of pressure on dads might put pressure on their sons to kind of be something big and tell them you've got to work hard. My dad in particular, like he put a lot of pressure on me. He sent me to private school, and he said you got to be the cleverest. You got to be like a figure out there. You got to be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a businessman, be something important. And it was for me making the decision after like being in private school for how many years and working up to be something that I just felt like I wasn't, and then make a decision to be like, I'm going to do film, and say that to my dad. He was obviously really upset at the time. Because he was like, you're not going to get a job in this and whatever. And I think a lot of men experience this, just pressure from society to kind of I don't know, like be kind of like an emotionless like machine. Yeah. And yeah, that's why I guess a lot of men end up committing suicide. Like it's 75% of all suicides are men, and the biggest killer of men under 40 is suicide. So a lot of it's to do with like them feeling they may have not accomplished anything. You know, most of the homeless people out there are men. Yeah, I don't know what my point was.
You were talking about sort of going into film.
Yeah.
What inspired you to go into film? Sorry.
Got me into film. I think it was the
Did
fact.
you watch Pulp Fiction or?
I actually haven't watched it.
Really?
I've never watched it.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I own like 2 copies of the DVD and still haven't watched it.
He's just mimicking The Dark Knight.
Oh right.
Yeah, we can't give that a shout out.
Can't.
We can't. No. It's like Pulp Fiction and The Dark Knight. They're like the holy sins of being a film student, right?
The Dark Knight is quite good though, to be fair.
It is good. It's good, but like everybody knows it's good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Oh, what's the?
Sorry,
What's your favourite film?
My favourite film.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you put me on the spot.
It's a hard question.
Probably, I want to say Birdman.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
What do you think?
Yeah, good acting.
Not best film worthy.
Not best film worthy.
Okay.
Well, I measure like the film I watch from the amount of happiness and joy it gave me.
Oh, I definitely rate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I've rated films which are terrible,
Yeah.
which is like 5 stars. We watched, Nativity. Do you know
I
Nativity?
haven't actually watched it, but I've,
What? You need
Should I
to
watch
watch
it?
5 stars for
Okay.
me. I gave it 5
Christmas
stars
is
on
coming,
Letterboxd.
so I don't know why I'm looking at the mic as if like.
That's a camera.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and then what else? I wrote something else 5 stars the other day. You Can Speak,
Mission Impossible.
Oh no, Mission Impossible is a good film.
No, but you
This
rated,
is a good-
you rated it 5
Got like
stars.
97%.
4.5 stars, I think.
Smotters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't remember what it was. It's escaped me.
Ben.
Oh.
Ben, I gave that 2 stars. 2 stars. Yeah. Sorry, what's your favourite film?
This is a bad one. Like, it's not a good one. Star Wars Episode 3.
Oh really? Oh
wait,
wow.
Wait. Fuck, Revenge of the Sith. That's what it is.
Is that
It's
episode
because
3?
yeah, it's Episode
Yeah,
3.
cool.
Basically, I haven't watched it in a while, but it was something that when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I remember owning the DVD, and every time a friend would come over, I'd ask them, "Have you seen Star Wars Episode 3?" And if they said no, I'd just put it on. Just that was what we do. And I watched it at least 25 times, like within those 2 years.
Jesus.
And at one point I watched it so much, and I like rewatched clips on YouTube and stuff of the fights. I was like, I'm a Jedi. Like, I've got the Force. And I'd turn up to school like just doing this to open doors and stuff. Like, I was that weird kid. And every time like a wind blew, I would just put my hand out and be like, I'm doing that. That was me.
How popular were you?
Like, somewhat
Oh,
reasonably
right, okay.
popular. Well, it's
Oh.
primary school, but secondary school came around. It was like, no. Yeah.
You're still doing it at uni. You're still
Yeah.
It's first year. Still there.
Yeah.
No, I rate that, to be fair. Like, films have a sort of. I know we're going definitely off topic, but I think Ratatouille is one for
Oh,
me.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trend that's going on TikTok with Ratatouille? Like, Gen Zs are making a Ratatouille musical.
Oh really?
Yeah, genuinely, like,
Genuinely.
well, they've made they've made all like the songs for it. They've made all the acting and dance sequences, all like the lighting plans and stage plans and everything. Like, and people are piecing this together. And Pixar noticed it last week and posted on their like official Instagram, being like, just a picture of Ratatouille and like a quote from one of the songs that they've made. So I don't know if it's being actually made into like
Oh,
musical.
wow.
But yeah, it's mad how much creativity like people have in their spare time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Ratatouille's a good film.
It is so good, and I've just it escaped me, but I've remembered it now. Shrek. we watched Shrek, and it was Shrek and Shrek 2.
Yeah.
Shrek 2's better,
Yeah.
but
Which
you know,
one's the one with All Star? Is that Shrek 1?
Shrek 1,
Yeah.
yeah, right at the start, yeah. But yeah, I think Shrek 2, controversial, is a perfect sequel.
Mm.
But that's
Not many
enough
of
of that.
But yeah.
You don't need to- I mean, you're the Shrek guy, right? You do the Shrek podcast. I shouldn't be trying to flex my Shrek.
Yeah, that
knowledge
was
on
just one time.
Yeah.
I also own a Shrek costume as well. Yeah.
You did? Wait, was it video as well?
What?
The podcast.
Oh,
But you weren't dressed up. When
no,
you
no,
did
I
it,
wasn't. I wasn't
Okay,
dressed up
okay,
in the
thank God.
podcast as Shrek.
But you
this
dressed up
this
as
is something
Shrek.
I did dress up in uni as Shrek at one point. Yeah, I'm not going to delve into that.
No, I think we could.
I think we can move on because how serious is this podcast usually?
Yeah, usually it's quite serious, but we just have like little light breaks. We'll go back to something serious if you want.
You can cut this out if you want.
This is
Please don't.
this is quite. I want to say deep, but so it's more of a personal question. So how satisfied are you with your life right now?
Oh no.
I know.
I
You don't have to answer, by the way.
No, it's a question that I need to like delve into.
Yeah.
Because there's moments where I think in the night time I'm just like, oh man, there's so much I could talk about, like how I'm feeling and whatever. And then when I'm actually pose the question, I'm like, actually, like I'm fine right now. But there's moments, it's weird because your brain can go from like moments where you feel like, oh, everything I'm doing is pointless. Like, you know, there's you know, I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck. Like, I want to do so much more. And lockdown's obviously not helping that. But then it's weird how you can go from that mindset to like a few minutes later you'll be like, why did I think that? And I've done things where I've like filmed videos of myself kind of just talking to the camera and being like, this is exactly how I'm feeling right now. And then I look at it like the next day, because I don't post it, I look at it the next day and I'm like, that doesn't feel like me, because I see myself as sort of like this happy kind of someone who tries to inspire like positivity and that sort of thing. And I'm not used to, I don't know, it's just, I feel like it's just been this year, like 2020, where I haven't felt myself. Like, I haven't felt mentally like inspired, just motivated at all really as well. And that's probably got to do with the lockdown. Probably there might be other issues as well. But I'm sure like everyone else is going through that as well. And that's another thing, like I feel like when I talk about myself, I feel like it doesn't feel like adequate enough.
Yeah, it's not important.
Yeah, it
People
doesn't,
don't need
like
to
it's
listen
important to
this.
me, but I'm like, why would anyone want to listen to this? Like, people going through their own stuff, and what I'm going through, like it doesn't matter to people, but the thing is, like, there's always going to be one person who will relate to you. Like, if you were to share your story, like, there's always going to be one person who's like, I didn't feel adequate as well, but at least like I can relate to this. And what I say to everyone is like, try and find at least one person to talk about how you're feeling, especially like in the moment when you're feeling your worst. Like, if you try and reach out for someone, or there's friends and family who obviously care about you, so do please try and reach out, and also try and remember that they're not like the professionals as well. They can only do so much, but if you really feel like you need someone to talk to, or else you'll like spiral, there's therapists out there. We'll add links.
Linkage will be
linkage.
Down there.
That's a cool way of
It's
saying
a
it.
new word I've just learned in this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely. I think another point we get across quite often on the podcast is so it's perfectly fine to be there for somebody, or reach out to somebody, but sometimes the roles can switch. So you can be what we like to say is a therapist. So you can offer support to somebody else, and then support be reciprocated. It's a weird dynamic, but you can often switch roles quite quickly.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you have to be there for somebody all the time. Well, let me rephrase that. Be there for everybody all the time within reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Don't let it affect your own mental
Yeah,
health.
exactly. Remember, yourself is the most important person to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
like,
can agree with that.
you've got to put you first sometimes. I think actually all the time.
Yeah. No.
And it really is important. You could take care of yourself before you really help other people.
Yeah.
I think that's really
if you end
important.
up trying to help other people, what I found in the past is you'll quickly find yourself start to deteriorate.
Yeah.
And that's not good for anyone. It's not good for the people you're trying to help. It's not good for yourself and anyone around you. It's if you're able to help yourself, you'll be in a better mindset to help other people. And I feel like it's it's like a domino effect.
Mm.
If you're in a good state of mind, it's contagious. It helps the people around you, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, personally, I feel like try and have things to look forward to in your life as well. For me, like if I'm ever upset, I'm always like, oh, but next year I've got this holiday to look forward to. This sounds really privileged. I just realised. Like I've got this holiday to look forward to. I've got all these like gigs to look forward to, and you know, even just the little things like, oh man, I can't wait to go shopping at Tesco's at night at 3 a.m. Like it's something like you know, like it's small, but it could be it could still be a fun activity. Try and I don't know, have things in the future to keep your mind like kind of focused on that you can get excited about. That's what helps me personally, and I know obviously 2020 has meant there's not been much to look forward to, which is probably another reason like I've felt myself go like nothing is getting better, that sort of thing. But you know, this news of a vaccine and stuff, hell yeah,
Hyping you up. Yeah. So can we tie it together with sort of the way you were saying 2020's been quite an uncreative year for you, or lacked creativity compared to the previous years, or you felt a little less inspired, is what you said?
Yeah. I mean, I guess with my job, like, it's not really been affecting my job because I feel like this year I've put everything into my job. Like I'm in from like 10 a.m. till like 8-9 p.m. sometimes. I don't have to be. It's just like I just go in because I feel like that's the only thing pushing me forward. It's the only thing that feels like I'm actually doing something. But as soon as I go home, I felt like I don't know what to do with myself. I'm complete like that's the point where I'm like, all I want to do is just be with someone and just talk to someone and enjoy myself. But I get home and I immediately like collapse. I just sit in bed and like I'm on my phone and I feel like myself's like deteriorating.
Yeah.
And I for some reason I'm like I can't wait to actually get up and go to work and have something to enjoy.
Yeah.
And then the weekends are the worst for me.
Right.
Weirdly enough, it's like I don't know. There's nothing. I don't know. I'm just in bed. Like I see it go past, and by Sunday night I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like I've wasted it.
Yeah. Do you feel bad about wasting your weekends?
I think so. I think I for some reason measure time in like what I've achieved.
Yeah. I think
I don't know if
similar,
it's like sometimes some people should measure time in like how much they enjoy themselves or something. But if I look at my weekend, I'm like I haven't pursued anything. Like I have this whole degree that I could work on, like writing a short film or developing something or going out and taking pictures or I don't know, just doing something creative. And I've just sat in bed like for 2 days straight. Yeah. And I like eaten one meal and stuff. Like sometimes it's even hard for me to get up to like go to the toilet. Like it's that point where I'm like, this is bad. And I don't know.
No, I get you though. You know, I'm quite similar in the way that I judge sort of my time with sort of what I've done. I feel quite terrible when I've not done something.
Yeah.
You know, when I've wasted a day. Even though I've wasted a day, I'll just view it in comparison to other days, which I think is quite an unhealthy thing to do.
Yeah.
Because if you constantly draw in comparisons, if you're drawing comparisons anyway to anything, usually probably not a good thing to do. But especially with what you do, days are so different. Do you know what I mean? You can have days where things are really slow and things, you have like one thing on, and other days where you're just fully stacked up. It's really unhealthy to do that, and I advise anybody to sort of make sure that they don't do that.
Yeah.
It's just the worst.
Yeah, but on the other hand, guys, people listening to this who are doing loads of their life, please also remember to have a break. Like it's okay to have a day to just kind of relax yourself and not do anything. Just watch movies and sit in and like eat loads of food. Like that's fine as well. Like it's about kind of getting that balance, I think.
Yeah, I think you've always got to give yourself a break.
Yeah.
There's people that overwork themselves. It's quite difficult. But yeah, I don't know. It's this year hasn't helped.
No, it's not. And I feel like I don't know, for people in third year and stuff, like for example in film degrees, like there's always anxiety of like, are they actually going to be able to film their grad films? Like they have to work in groups of like 20 people, and they're paying so much like of their own money into these projects, and it could all very quickly go downhill depending on like lockdown and stuff like that. And yeah, I can't imagine, doing like, if doing your final year of your degree right now must be really just a lot of anxiety out there. Fingers crossed it goes well.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we can hope for.
That's all we can really say.
You can't, we've got
Yeah. Good luck.
have a bit of optimism.
The camera just run out of battery.
Are we good?
Okay.
I'm still wrong.
Okay, cool.
I'll face this way for now.
Right, okay, cool.
Just like focus in between both. That's what I'm talking.
Is it on autofocus?
No.
Oh, so this is going to be a blurry thing.
I've completely blurred it. Yeah.
Right, okay. Okay, cool. Wow, I've sort of run out of the questions I was sort of going to ask you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We just casually chat.
Yeah, we can just casually chat.
How are you feeling, Tyler?
Taylor.
Fuck. Come out, guys.
Please keep that in. Please keep that in.
I knew as soon as I said it, I'd screwed up.
No, yeah, we have a little bit cut at the start of each podcast. Yeah. No,
Just like get out the studio.
I think we have the Shrek bit, the Shrek
yeah,
podcast
fine.
bit at the start.
Yeah.
But no.
It is 2-2, so I don't know when.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wrap it up soon. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. COVID's been a weird thing for me this year. It's been a very eventful year for me. A lot's happened. A lot, obviously, like moving location, finishing college. Not even really finishing it. I mean, yeah, I've technically finished, but I didn't get to do the film
Did
that
you
I
do
wanted to do.
Oh wait, you didn't do A levels, did you?
No, I did BTEC. It was
Or B Shrek, as I like to call it. Sorry, I need to stop. I'm not going on
no,
session with
keep
Shrek.
it going,
Shrek.
keep it going. See how long we can get the Shrek references in
Yeah,
for.
it's not even recording, but you know.
No. You're just gonna have my disappointed reaction.
Yeah.
for that.
Like add a boo or a sound effect.
Yeah. But no. Yeah, it's been obviously college, and then like new friendships, sort of like not losing friendships, but like sort of distancing them all.
Yeah.
I mean, standard stuff, but obviously I've had a new job. Got my quit my old job. My new job's so much better. So
Nice.
I won't shame the old place where I used to work, but I'm never coming back.
Is it retail?
Yeah.
Is it?
You can ask me. We can just cut it out. It was JD. It's JD Sports.
Oh really? Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I was gonna get a transfer,
Yeah.
but then, obviously, I was like, and then I work at Oliver Bonus. Do you know?
Oh wait.
You know the pink, the bright pink store. It's
Is
on
it
the
a
Farnham High
clothing?
Street. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
women's wear. Yeah, but yeah, it's quite good. And so much better. Like I said, like community.
Yeah,
it's so much better.
Oh, I feel that. Like I used to work at Sainsbury's, and it was so mind-numbing.
Yeah.
Like, well, for me, it was like an hour walk there, then like 6 hours like working there, just doing the same task of just putting things on shelves, not really talking to anyone, and then another hour walk home, and it's just like, I don't know, brain just frazzled.
What
basically.
Sainsbury's did you work at?
The one in Farnham, what's the lane?
The big one.
The big one.
Oh wow, that's the one we go to all the time.
Yeah.
Big
I went there
Sainsbury's.
for 2 years, in first year and second year.
Wow, and you don't rate it?
I mean, some people might. Like,
Yeah.
it's fairly easy work, and I feel like it's like for a week you're like, hell yeah, this is the best. I get paid for just stacking shit, and also it's like it feels like going to the gym. Like you're carrying like 20-kilogram boxes of eggs.
Yeah.
And just
yeah.
like
It's like a
you know,
workout.
it's like a workout as well,
Yeah.
and like all that walking was really good for me. But like, yeah, after a month I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I was there for 2 years, and I was like, why am I still here?
Yeah.
So I quit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a similar thing for me with JD. I was there, and I was like, first week it was fine, and then you sort of start getting a bit more
Yeah.
uninspired. But you seem like really inspired in your work right now.
Yeah, I'm super happy with my job. Like I couldn't ask for more. It's honestly it's so rewarding when you do when you're working towards something that could generally be impactful for students in the future. I know like obviously a lot of people aren't seeing it right now because there's not much like face to face or like campaign, like it's not like everyone's going on like riots right now. Like there's not much like going on in person, but like behind the scenes we're working a lot. You've been in one of those meetings about climate and stuff, so we've got exciting like plans for like on a load of things that will be announced in January. But yeah, excited. Like it feels generally like super impactful and rewarding. Yeah.
I think this is the most serious I've ever seen you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, we can explore it if you want. The online persona thing.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I see. I mean, you're smiling right now, but like the thing is, I've always viewed it. I mean, I think the first thing I ever saw was the introduction video.
Yeah, everyone's seen those.
Yeah.
They don't know me as present. Like people literally approach me being like, "You're the video guy."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I
But it is a
guess.
great video. You should be
Thank
proud
you.
of it.
Yeah. My film degree all went to that. Yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah. What was my point?
Online persona.
Online persona. Oh yeah. We can go into it. Social media.
Yeah. Go for it.
How do you use it? Do you use it for do you like business? Do you use it for do you care about how many likes you get?
I've got a cough coming. What's it?
Okay.
No, it still tickles.
Still there.
Yeah. Anyway. So I don't know. Well, I started like trying to delve into like online personas from quite young.
Right.
Like, I made a YouTube channel when I was like 12.
Yeah.
And I worked on it till I was like 20. I'm 22 now. And it got to like 3,000 subscribers, which was it's all right.
That's not good.
Like it got to a point where I went to like a concert at one point and someone literally approached me shaking and was like, "I know you from your YouTube," and
No
that was
way.
such a weird feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's based on kind of what I used to watch when I was younger. I used to be so into like watching YouTubers. I still am. I at least watch like an hour a day of YouTube.
Yeah.
And I just went into that world and I was like, I love the idea that you can have an audience.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's
That's
really
nice.
selfish to say.
No,
but,
I agree.
yeah.
I mean, not all the reason. The main reason I do this podcast is because
It helps.
it helps.
Yeah.
And genuinely, like, I started it in lockdown when I was looking for like sort of routes of like to help and because I was not feeling like that good in lockdown, and I sort of thought podcast would be a good way to sort of do it. And there are podcasts out there, but like especially for someone like my age, like there was nothing out there, and I was like, well, I might as well do it. And sort of the reaction was nice, but like having an audience is really nice.
Yeah.
Because it knows that then you're having sort of an impact on people.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I chose my course was because I was like, I've always liked to entertain people, like since a young age,
Yeah.
and gain a reaction from people. Maybe that is quite a selfish or attention-seeking sort of thing. But like
It's
I've always
not,
sort
I
of
think it's just a reward for your work, basically. Like
it enriches me seeing that I'm enriching other people. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the fact I'm entertaining other people
yeah.
is a nice
It's also
thing
like
for me.
a compliment to your personality in a way. Like if people are watching you and like also like engaging and like if it makes them happy watching you, like it feels so good inside. Yeah, it's not selfish to feel good. Like
you can't really say it's too selfish. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's really going to say
Yeah,
that.
but I don't know what my point was. Online persona. Yeah, I don't know. I post some weird content out there, like on my YouTube, like this. Even like when I stopped at like 20, like it was all weird.
It's not up there though anymore, is it?
It is. It's all up there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Do you want it
cringe.
linked?
No.
You don't want any bit of linkage?
I still post cringe on my TikTok. So like.
Oh, you got a TikTok. We can link the TikTok. No.
Wait, should I delete anything first of all?
We made a
yeah,
TikTok last night, didn't we? Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things in our uni apartment that just
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. TikTok. But TikTok's great. Actually, let's go back to.
Is it?
It is. No, I think it's a good thing because there's so many there's content for every type of person out there. Like, it's so specific on. It gives you what you enjoy basically. But also, if we're going back to what this whole podcast was about toxic masculinity and stuff, it's it's due to like things like TikTok have been empowering men to be able to wear dresses,
Yeah.
which I think is amazing. And celebrities out there like Harry Styles, Matty Healy, Youngblood, like they've been publicly wearing dresses, and I feel like the more people that do it, especially on a like public level, the more comfortable boys who might initially think like, oh, I can't wear this because people will judge me. Those people suddenly feel, oh, maybe I can try it out. Like it's more accepting now. So yeah, generally I think apps like TikTok and celebrities who are being open about who they are, doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you have a platform, you've got to use it, haven't
Yeah.
you? And
Exactly.
some people do that, some people don't.
Yeah.
It's like you mentioned Matt Healy.
Yeah.
I'm a big 1975 fan. I think.
See, I did some stalking.
Oh, did you? Right. Okay. Did
I
you
saw- I
name
looked
drop
at
that
it as well.
intentionally or?
I know he's worn a dress in his music video.
Yeah.
recently,
He's
but
yeah.
also I was
So-
like, I might as well like make you happy.
Yeah. Thank you. No. What was I going to say? Matt Healy. Oh yeah. He addressed sort of. He said something about Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
And Imagine Dragons, they're a great band.
So
They're a great
nice.
band. You've got some great bangers, but sort of part of, I think he got into a bit of a trouble with one of the people from Imagine Dragons when he sort of mentioned that all their songs are about like sort of pointless stuff. Like
Okay.
they're all about sort of being a believer, or
Yeah.
what I can't even think of any. What else do Imagine Dragons sing? They sing about like, but it's not like doesn't carry many like powerful messages.
Yeah.
And I think he was sort of comparing himself to sort of, I mean, 1975 do.
Mm.
But yeah, I think if you do have a platform, you should
Yeah.
definitely use it. If you're selling out arenas, then you should definitely be saying something.
It's so like powerful. I think there was also this issue with like 21 Pilots recently, because obviously in their songs they talk about like mental issues and lots of stuff like that. But recently when like the whole Black Lives Matter movement was happening and people going out the streets, people asked 21 Pilots to kind of make a statement because they hadn't posted anything on Twitter during that whole thing, and they're like, can you use your platform to actually like post something? And then I don't know if it was Josh Dunn or Tyler Joseph, but one of them posted them wearing platforms, and they're like,
Right.
oh yeah, just look at my platforms, guys.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, and it got so much hate on Twitter. Everyone was
Right.
like, wow, so you can post about like a joke mocking like this whole thing and not just say something positive towards the cause.
Yeah.
And yeah, they got a lot of hate from that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with just inspiring your audience. Like if you've got the audience out there, do it. And what you're doing is great.
Oh, thank you.
Also, like I just shout out to Taylor.
Yeah,
Got
there
it
we
right
go.
this
There we
time.
go.
Yeah. And all everyone working on this. Shout
Yeah.
out to Dylan. Shout out to fucking Giuliano. Like, get this right. No, yeah, what you're doing is incredible, and you don't have to be doing this, but you're making an impact, and even if one person like listens to this, it's great.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
thank you.
That is the thing. I don't really mind about what the numbers are. I
Yeah.
never have from the beginning. I think that's sort of a weird thing to sort of go in with the attitude of really caring about how many numbers you got. It was never about the numbers.
Yeah.
It was about if I can help one person. And I've been like genuinely like you were mentioning. It's a bit different, but like you were mentioning somebody came up to you and was like, "That's a weird experience," but you obviously felt quite rewarded from it.
Yeah.
Or at least I imagine. But like, I've had people message me, obviously probably not in the street because
Yeah.
you know.
Something like a virus or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
What's it all about?
Yeah.
But I've had people message me and gone, I don't even know, and that was always sort of the goal, to have somebody like I don't even know, sort of be impacted by it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was sort of a mutual and like a mutual. So I sort of did know them, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I had no idea that they existed till they messaged me, and they were like, "Oh yeah," and they like texted me this really long paragraph, and it was like, "Oh, thank you for sort of, you've really helped." I was going through. I don't want to actually go into too many details, but like, they were going through a bad phase, and they texted me, and they were like, I didn't think your podcast would help, but I just gave it a shot when I was going through a really bad time. And apparently, it did.
Yeah.
And like, that felt so rewarding. And that's what I mean by like, having an audience and having the feeling that you're doing some good is really rewarding. So, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have.
Well done.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I thought I'd do a bit of self-loathing.
Yeah.
It was
No,
due.
Yeah, it's important. Like, I feel like everyone needs to remember like they have their own individual voice, and whether that's just affecting close friends or family, like it's still affecting someone. So, you're able to impact anyone's life in a positive way. So, feel free to speak out and do some good.
Yeah.
I know.
I think because people might want to hear about it is, have you got like a favourite sort of time that a celebrity has used their platform to empower people?
I'm trying to think.
Because I mean, I can give you time to think and I can say mine if you want.
You say yours first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you can guess who it is.
Is it Matty Healy?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But the reason why it was so it sticks out to me is because he did speak about the event at Leeds Festival, which I attended for like the full 5 days.
I went there.
Leeds?
Yeah. Well, no, sorry, Reading. My bad. But I was there on the Reading day.
You can't go to Reading. He's cringing. He's cringing.
Why?
Well, no, you can go to Reading because this is probably
I'm
like
banned.
it's way closer. Way closer.
I got free tickets to be fair. I won them from uni.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was at Rock Night. There was a competition for like best dressed to wear. You'd win like Reading tickets.
Yeah.
And I dressed up as like a Reading ticket. So I spent 20 hours making a massive like Reading ticket.
That's great.
And won the tickets.
Did it have like the full lineup on it and everything? Or?
It wasn't the lineup. It was just like those admission like tickets to get.
Oh
in.
yeah.
But like the barcode took me 3 hours to get perfect. Like I measured it so I measured an actual ticket and then like sized up the paper and like.
I'll rate that.
Yeah.
I'll rate that.
I still got them somewhere in my room, but yeah, it was a lot of effort. But 20 hours of work for like 400 quid's worth of tickets, not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Did you go full weekend?
Yeah.
Oh right, not bad. Yeah. I've got a running joke that I always say Leeds Festival is better, but
Fair enough.
I won't
I
take
feel
the
like it's
shine
probably
off.
wilder. Like the people up north are like.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's also
they
the
don't
fact
mind
that
the rain and-
Reading has a noise curfew, but well,
Really?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe you have DJ sets after the thing apart from silent disco.
Yeah.
You just have silent disco
Yeah, we
after
just have-
the
yeah.
main acts. We have things because we don't have to. Anyway, we won't get caught up in that, bogged down.
I guess Northerners are better.
Yeah, maybe. We won't get caught up in the argument because we already know the answer.
Just put on screen. That's a fact.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so I saw 1975, my favourite band, headline Leeds Festival, my hometown. It was brilliant. And then Matty Healy comes out on stage, and obviously he wants to talk about something because he wants to use his platform. They did the whole Greta thing, which was really cool. And then he went out and spoke about the time that he kissed a boy in Dubai, which was like amazing. Like the fact that he
So like
if you
100,000 people. Like.
if you did that in any other place, it would be like pretty cool, but it wouldn't be
Yeah.
like it wouldn't be as big as if it was Dubai because of the sort of the attitudes over there.
Yeah, they didn't really
So they had to rush out. They had to be rushed out of the where they were playing quite quickly after the show because of the incident. And it was like he said it was like a very consensual like kiss between two human beings. That if you were in the same situation, I reckon you'd do the same. It was a fan that had a sign that said "kiss me." It was like it was fully consensual. It wasn't planned or staged, but like so empowering, and the fact that you do it in that country, it's really cool. It just really stuck out in my head. I was like, well, I need to speak about this because I don't think I spoke up about it, but really cool. If you have an audience, then use it. But have you thought of your favourite use of a celebrity?
I think most artists I watch, like, I don't know, just in general, like the artists I usually listen to I will listen to not just for their music, but because I appreciate their personalities. And it's usually like people are a bit more out there and willing to not apologise for being themselves and being a bit weirder. So I don't know if you know Youngblood, but he's a bit.
Yeah, I saw him live, mate. Yeah.
He's sort of like he's incredible. Like
yeah, he's really good.
Mad, so much. Yeah, so good, so much energy. But like he's always on his Instagram, like speaking out about issues that he cares about, whether that be mental health or toxic masculinity or whatever. He's always willing to just make his platform about that, and he honestly like takes care of all his fans. Like after shows, he will just stay around the street like trying to meet every single one of them and try and like engage and call them all the time. And yeah, he's all about like just creating a group of people who may feel like outcasts in society and feel a bit weird, and give them like some sort of purpose and value to them. So I feel like that's just really nice. But yeah, a load of artists do the same, and incredible work. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, just done a bit like Imagine Dragons.
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched. I came home from Paris at one point, and like, as soon as I got back from Paris to the UK, I was exhausted, but I immediately had a Imagine Dragons concert that I was going to.
Really?
And I was going alone as well, and I wasn't vibing with it. Like, it was really good, but I was like so out of it. I was like, just not. I didn't feel like I was there.
Yeah.
Like, because I just had this amazing trip to Paris, and then I came back and I was like, how am I in an Imagine Dragons concert by myself? What?
Yeah, very strange.
What is
very
happening?
strange. Were you sat down or?
No, I was standing.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
You still felt quite out of it.
Yeah, so I did, yeah, because I probably arrived late as well. I arrived like one song into it.
Right.
And I just felt, yeah, I just didn't have the energy for it basically. But usually I'm like all up for gigs and stuff. Yeah, and just that one felt different. But yeah, don't know. It's not. It's not a. Like, I'm not attacking Imagine Dragons, even though we kind of have been in this podcast.
We're not cancelling them.
Yeah.
Not yet. But you were mentioning gigs. Maybe we do have to plug it because we have 3 band members in the room.
Oh. Wait, are you part of a band?
Maybe.
I mean,
Hell
am
yeah.
I?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe something coming soon. Maybe.
It's a
Oh,
pretty
maybe,
terrible
maybe.
plug.
No. We won't mention any names or anything like that.
Have you got your own original songs yet?
We've written songs,
Okay,
but not like
that's
fully
something.
performed them, have we? We're not there yet. But
We're going to have a live performance on the show right now.
Oh,
Take it to
yeah.
camera C.
But no, maybe one day. Just
Hell
thought
yeah.
I'd give it a bit of a plug.
Perform at uni as well. Like, once you got once the glass house is open. Do it.
Yeah,
you've got-
exactly.
I'll book you.
There we go.
We could pay
I don't think
20
our
quid each.
yeah, I just think our prices won't be high.
We'll pay you to.
Yeah, we'll pay you 10p. Yeah, but no, yeah. All right, let's wrap it up, but let's finish with one final question.
Okay. Go on. I'm ready.
So we really spoke about 2020 this year, how sort of you felt sort of uninspired at times. I think I felt uninspired at times. How optimistic are you personally for 2021?
A lot more optimistic than 2020,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest. I know, obviously, like, the coronavirus isn't just going to go away as soon as we hit 2021,
Yeah.
but there's this, like, sense of hope. I feel like everyone's so fed up about it, and I'm so excited about the opportunities that we can create, like, once it's all over. But then again, I feel about 2020 it was a chance for us to, not get distracted by like the flashy things in life, like just going clubbing and all the entertainment stuff. It was a chance for us to look at like the social issues within our society, like Black Lives Matter and stuff. So people engage with things that are important, and that's going to impact people in the future massively. Like at university right now, we're discussing like decolonizing curriculum and all these sort of things that we're working on behind the scenes, and like it's so that's I feel like 2020 has been a year for that, and 2021 is only going to push it further.
I think it's given us a breather at 2020, and it's given us a breather, and then made us realise sort of the problems that are afoot. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so much that we sort of have ignored for so long because we've been busy partying, busy doing all this stuff, and then now we've sort of had the time to sort of sit back and be like, actually, there are issues that need addressed, especially with the Black Lives Matter thing. I mean, like that was such a massive thing this year, and I think it's not going to stop. I don't think it's going to stop for a while. In fact, it might just get bigger with sort of restrictions being lifted, hopefully. And it's such a great thing, and I think we're sort of, it's a moment. There's going to be this thing now where we've always had like World War II as like a massive event. It's like we've had lockdown has been a massive event, and it may be shorter than that time, but it's had as big an effect as on the world, hopefully, as something, and hopefully a much more positive effect than war. But I'm optimistic.
Yeah,
Optimistic.
bring it on. Bring on 2021.
This is where we like clip this like next year. We're in the same situation.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a great year. And have you seen that Boris
Yeah,
Johnson thing?
I was hoping you were alluding to that. Yeah. Oh no. Oh god.
Yeah.
I hope to God. We're all right. Right. Anyway, it's been lovely talking to you.
It's been thank you for inviting me. I
No.
feel honestly so honoured.
Yeah. And if you ever feel like you want to talk about anything else again on the podcast, give me a shout.
Yeah.
And we'll get you on. I want to get like bigger podcasts, so not just me and somebody else. I want to get somebody like have like a group conversation.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll do that when restrictions are sort of lifted and it's a bit easier. But yeah, it's been lovely chatting.
Thank you
to
so
you.
much,
It's all right.
guys. Follow the Instagram page. Get it to at least 100 by
Thank
the end of
you.
next month. Let's do
Oh,
it.
I forgot to make the pledge.
Oh yeah.
the pledge.
You
The
don't
pledge.
have to.
No, I'm doing it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. So
Lovely man.
if the podcast reaches 100 followers, okay, by the end, I want to say by the end of your fundraiser really, because
Okay.
it won't make much sense if I say end of the
I'm
year.
going to
When's
run the
your-
fundraiser till the end of the year.
Okay, till the end of the year. Right, cool. So if the podcast reaches 100 followers by the end of the year, I will personally be making a donation to this lovely man's thing for £50, which will bring you closer to the what
To
you
the
are
second
now.
goal. So there's a few things that people who are in first year probably won't know this.
yeah.
But there's a thing called, Dan Wolf for parties, there's this bear mascot thing. I'm making him do like a few like silly things. So the first, if we hit £100, it was going to be like I would run 5 kilometers around campus holding like beans. And the second one would be if it would be like, people get to throw like wet sponges of like gravy and custard at me. The third one would be me having to get into a bath of beans. Fourth would be like me being tattooed, like with something to do with beans.
Oh god.
And then it would get to the point like one of the ones was me having to like give beans to like Jeremy Hunt. Oh, I shouldn't have announced that. I was meant to be a secret.
Oh no, we found we'll bleep it out.
No, I made it very obvious thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it rhymes with like Jeremy, like not I'm not gonna say the word.
We can't
Like,
say the word.
yeah, but like yeah. So not a fan. That's my opinion.
No, yeah. You're personally handed to him.
Yeah.
Is that arranged?
Well, thing is, it's not. But I know where he works, and also I can, because I'm the president. I'm in a certain group where we have meetings like every couple of weeks that he's part of, so I can slip it in.
Okay, so if
You
there,
need a cameraman.
I mean, if there ever is any more reason for us to reach 100 followers, it's for that, right? It's
Hell yeah,
so
do
what you at the moment? You're at
I'm not much. It's around 100. It's probably around 150 at the moment. Like
right,
around that.
but that could take we could take it to 200 easy.
Yeah, and with 200 we hit the second thing, which is the gravy and custard. Yeah.
But we want beans for Jeremy Hunt.
We won't beat Jeremy Hunt.
How much has been for the Jeremy?
I'm gonna lower it to 1,000.
Oh right,
It's
okay.
quite a lot though.
Yeah.
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 But if you want to donate,
Yeah,
feel free.
that's a point as well. So obviously, if you don't want to donate, just give us a follow, and then basically you're donating.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
But-
true.
Yeah, exactly. So like every follower is like what? Quick maths. 50p. 50p.
Ooh.
You're donating 50p per follow.
That's
Think
mad.
about that. Think about that.
That stonks.
So
Big
yeah,
time.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, but if you can and you would like to, I'm sure this man would appreciate it. So with that, round of
What a lovely-
applause for our
What a
guest.
lovely man.
First time I've ever done that.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
exactly.
round of applause
Oh,
for the guys behind the camera.
Oh yeah, round of applause for the camera guys.
Round of applause for the interviewer,
Oh, thank you.
Taylor.
Thank
Is
you.
his name for
Yeah,
everyone?
Taylor.
It's not Tyler. It's not Tyler.
It's not Tyler. It's not Tyler.
Yeah.
Can we get a disclaimer? Not Tyler.
Not
There we
Tyler.
go.
Round of applause for not Tyler.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been lovely
Thank you
chatting.
so much for having
And
me.
yeah, just everybody out there, just stay safe.
Yeah,
and
take care of yourselves.
Take care. And
Spread love, not hate.
yeah,
It's quite generic, but
share the good word, share the podcast, and take care of yourselves. Get talking to your mates. I'll see you later. Bye bye.
okay.